Oh, yo, Chris, I think that might be you, man. Is that your? Hold on. Are you hearing that?
Yeah, yeah, I hear it. Ooh, just got louder.
Are you mute your mic for a sec, Chris? You able to mute yours? Hold on.
There
Yeah,
we
Chris,
go.
that's you, man.
Yeah,
Chris, that's you,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, I think so.
Chris, yeah, try fix your maybe check your earphones, Chris, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Ash, man, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. I think I can hear you here. Hey, test one, test two.
Yeah, we got you, man. It's
All
something
right.
about I don't know what it was about Chris's. I was like, geez, man, that's weird.
That's that's all right. Yeah, doing good, doing good. Thanks for letting me join today.
No, appreciate you, man. And for anybody who doesn't know, Chris, why don't you try and look for the new post? This is the big announcement for Agent Hustle has partnered with the Hedera Foundation to bring Hustle over onto Hedera, and I just it's so cool for us. Just speaking for the team at Hustle and Emblem Vault to work with you guys at Hedera and really expand this vision of an agent that works across blockchains. I think it's pretty exciting for you. How are you feeling about it, man?
Yeah, man, I love it. I've been working with you guys now for a couple months and seeing all the development and all the action. And I was just impressed both with the product and with you guys, the team, Jake included, not on the call right now, but just the whole team as a group of absolute crypto OGs. And this is it from one OG to another. It seems like we're fewer and fewer far between these days. And I've been nothing short of impressed by both what you guys have been able to accomplish and just your background in general with Emblem Vault, with all the Red Pepe stuff, and now with Agent Hustle. And yeah, this is the premier AI DeFi wallet management AI terminal on Hedera, and it's I think it's live today, isn't it?
Bro, it's live right now. I think I might bring it up. Oh yeah, Chris, I'm gonna take you down, Chris. Chris, yeah, Chris is definitely the bad connection there.
That's right.
I think I'll bring it up on stream for a bit, and maybe play around with it in a bit. Have you got a chance to play around on the test net? Did you give it a try?
Yeah, I did. And the one thing I really like, I mean, the discoverability is amazing, obviously.
Yep.
Being able just to discover, Hedera's got a lot of great stuff, but I feel like a lot of it's underdiscovered. And so that was one reason why I wanted to support you guys and get you into our ecosystem is you enhance our discoverability better than almost anyone else does. And with the ease of an AI-based user experience, it just drops that friction down, and the Agent Hustle agent is just it's just smarter than all the
Yep.
other agents I've tried. I mean, the memory system that you guys have, the ability to set limit orders using still like our saucer swap, our version of Uniswap,
Yep.
is really cool. And what I really like is the cross chain ability. Anybody on Hedera can now interact with and buy tokens on Solana, and anyone on Solana can do the same for Hedera. I think that's live right now. I think that bridging in and out and stuff, that back end is live. But
It's live. It was live on DevNet. I literally was getting, because they pushed the DevNet onto, mainnet, like literally right before the show. And so I set up a new hustle. I actually was transferring over some H bar to it. And like, I was scrambling a bit. And I was like, wait, why is his discoverability not working on Hedera? I was like, it's broken. And they're like, no, remember, you got to toggle it on the toolbox. So if anybody has signed in and used it, oh man, No way. That's what it was. He was having issues with the space. Chris was. So I'm sure he's gonna run another space back. Give me a sec. Yes. Chris was hosting the space on his through his account basically. So I'm just gonna ping him to make sure he gets the space going again. But we can keep
Cool.
going here because we're doing it live.
We're doing
Um
it live.
yeah, let me bring up actually I think I'm gonna share um the actual let me share my screen here and get it up here for a minute. Let me get yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I got it up live here. Um and just so you know, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to walk through for a second cuz this I want to show for anybody who doesn't if you're like landing on Hustle for the first time and once you log in and you can log in literally with any your X account or whatever. I'm logged in with like my Phantom account, but you can log in literally with just a your X account.
Hmm.
And this is what you're kind of met with, right? Which is your different wallets. And so I just click on Hedera, and this brings me into my Hedera wallet, right?
Yep.
The one thing is, this is the trick that it's like I forgot. But if you go into Toolbox, so if anybody's wants to search through Hedera tokens or whatever, you do have to toggle on the Hedera toggle there. That's the thing. The reason that we have this functionality is when you start playing around with AI agents, you realize if you overload them with too much, uh,
Hmm.
that's when they tend to get confused. And I don't know if you've run into that at
Yep,
all,
sure.
but definitely I've run into that. And he has so many tools that if you don't focus him a little bit,
Hmm.
can get confused. So that's why we come in here. Like I wouldn't toggle on if I was searching specifically on Hedera. I wouldn't toggle on like Ethereum and Solana at the same time. I'd toggle on Hedera only, right?
Right.
Um,
Right.
so if anybody's doing it for the first time, that's the way they do it.
You know
Um,
you know what'd be a cool feature is seeing that a lot of people may not know about that toggle. Uh, if they start asking about Hedera,
Hedera, yeah,
then
yeah.
just pop it out. Little clippy pops up, and it's like, oh, do you want to enable Hedera? Whatever, whatever.
Yep, totally. Um, so once you're in here and you're actually like looking, you actually don't the way people you might like look at this is these tools on the left hand side, you actually don't other than toggling on like Hedera and making sure Hustle's like looking at Hedera tokens. I like to look at the left hand side as just like this is the visual representation of all the tools that Hustle interacts with, right? So when I chat here with him, he's actually like accessing all those tools over to the left, but you don't have to actually interact with those. You can actually just talk with him, right? Um, so yeah, that's the way I like to like think about it. And so if I say, give me I don't know the latest market update with trending tokens and movements, let's say on Hedera, and see what he says. Give me a sec. I want to check with see if Chris got the X space going again. Yeah, he's having internet problems. Um, so yeah, that's the way I like to think about it. Just because like this can get overwhelming for people. I know for myself included, it gets kind of overwhelming.
Hmm.
Um, but just that's the way I think about it. And so for somebody kind of landing on it for the first time, that's the way to kind of think about it. And so, like, when you put in a conditional trade and you're doing it through text here, you can then go over to like double check on it. You can come over here and like double check uh, it kind of like visually. Um, but it all can be done just through actual text here. And so, yeah, he's come back with whatever the top active
What?
tokens here on it there. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's pulling for meme job.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so let's talk about like what type of integrations you guys have, like in the Hedera ecosystem for Agent Hustle. I think you're integrated into Meme Job. You're integrated into Meme Job is of course our version of like Pump Fund. You've got integration into Saucer Swap, which is our swap protocol. Is there anything else, or are you pulling in data or any type of token info from places?
Yeah, well, I think we're doing with Masari, is it right? That was a big integration with those guys to get it all set up for kind of their information and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll pull from there. Um, and I'm sorry, I'm just chatting with Chris here at the same time uh, to start the X space again. Yeah. Trying to get it broadcast. Woo. So yeah, he's trying to get it set up. So yeah, we integrated with Masari. I think also what DeFi Llama. There were a couple others, to integrate. And what that does is allows so when you're searching here, Hustle's pulling from all these kind of data sources. And what we've seen certainly on Solana, and I'm excited to see what the response is on Hedera, is that, for example, like you're on X, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know, a meme token, you see it on the timeline, and you're like, hey, meme coin cup of Joe is pumping right now. And you ask Hustle about it. And what
Mhm.
Hustle will do is he'll go in and not only, if you give him a ticker or whatever, he'll look at that, but then he'll look at all the others around it to be able to say, wait a second, hold on with that one, because that one is actually just like a copy of the original. This is the original one.
Mm.
And be able to compare them, which I think is like a superpower. This is the thing that for like meme coin traders on Solana is huge because it filters through, it helps you filter through um, all these different input sources and figure out, well, which is the one that has the best likelihood of being like the one, if you know what I mean, right? Like meme coin traders are constantly figuring out over the last 6 months or so, it's been like this battle for which is the kind of real token or the one that's going to win, as kind of the PvP environment is taking place on Solana. And Hustle, that's like his superpower.
Mhm.
Especially when you're also looking at like, um, a narrative that might pop up and him helping you find tokens within that narrative. Also super good at. So, but you'll have to tell me like on Hedera, what would be a way that somebody might search or what would they be looking to search for, that Hustle could help with? What would be like one of your thought processes there?
I mean, a hustler's a hustler. It doesn't really matter what ecosystem, I mean, it's going to be the same types of prompts. People are looking for the same thing. Let me make
That's it.
money. Let me manage my portfolio.
That's it. I mean,
And,
I
and
think about it like this in a lot of ways is, and we've talked about this a lot, is that for users who aren't in the Hedera ecosystem, they just don't even know what to look for, right?
yeah.
Or they'll see something on the timeline, and that's kind of their entryway point into Hedera. And this is like accessing through Hustle gives them that easy way of actually accessing, the Hedera ecosystem.
Yeah, so let's send a few prompts. Let's just pretend that we're somebody who doesn't know about Hedera, and let's just put the pedal to the metal then.
All right, let's see it.
Let,
So it's
let's
yeah, go ahead.
let,
Direct
let,
me.
let's
I'll
yeah,
tell.
and look, there's a chance that we're going to get wrong information here, but we'll just take a look.
I
Let's
always say this. What I always say with Hustle or anything, it's like you've got to like with anything, even seeing stuff on the timeline, you're always like double verifying.
yeah.
But yeah, let's run it.
Let's just ask, let's pretend that it's somebody not from the Hedera ecosystem. Let's ask, what are the most popular meme coins on Hedera? And I know you guys are pulling from Asari, and you're pulling from DApp Radar and places like this. And the ones that I think it should come up with is like Gib is one. I mean, we'll just leave it there. Gib should
Yeah.
definitely be in the list. There's a
So he says, "I'll get
because
you."
because we'll see if it just pulls the ones that haven't graduated yet, right? or if it actually pulls ones that have graduated. So yeah, this.
So it
So
says
yeah, you know.
based on recent activity and engagement, here are the hottest meme coins on Hedera, right? So the hottest might be different than most popular. So Freakia, Cash and Cookies,
I
Hedera.
mean, we
Yeah,
definitely have to go and take a look at these because these are like $2,000, $3,000 market caps, you know.
yeah,
So I tend to think these probably aren't the hottest, but
yeah.
here you go. You
I'm gonna say, give me the
know, maybe by market cap.
yeah,
Give me, yeah.
give me the top by market cap. So he tends to like the way people use him on Solana
Hmm.
is like these are poor prompts written by me. Um a better prompt is, like time with anything obviously in agent land. You got to, whether it's time base or market cap. I also like to do holder count, all these sort of things. But you can ask him within like social signals, like because that's one of the things he does have is he has access to data on X, so he can find ones that are like trending on X.
Looks like he needs a CoinGecko API feed.
So he's saying here are the top by the current market cap. These are all small. Let me see.
Yeah.
These are all small market. I'm going to ask for large market cap. One thing to note, this is like, so down here, he has the option where you can basically quick buy the ones he mentioned. Um, so just be aware of that if you're using this for the first time. So he's saying those are all micro cap meme coins from the meme job platform. Let me search for larger,
Yeah.
more established tokens. Right. So he's coming up with HBAR and stuff like that. What was the one you mentioned? What was the
Gib, GIB.
let me see.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. It just doesn't list the market cap for whatever reason.
That is weird, huh? Let me ask him what the market cap is. Yeah, that needs to be fixed. I'm surprised that's not pulling it directly.
Market cap should be 3.8 million. Do you know where you get coin info and coin data from?
Yeah, I'm not sure where we pull the coin. Oh, here we go. Sorry,
I mean,
I'm trying.
the current price is right.
Oh, hold on one sec. I might have the I might not have the let me see. There we go. Yeah, I forgot to toggle on the most important stuff. I set that because they went live, and so I was on the DevNet, and I was literally setting up my account in anticipation, and I forgot to toggle on this stuff because I had toggled it on App Radar
Some of these tools should probably be on by default, but
automatic. Man. Yeah,
yeah, because it
yeah,
just impairs the user experience so much.
100%, man.
We probably don't need we can try Masari later. Ultimately, you guys enabling these on demand is going to be a great feature.
Let's see if it works now. Yeah, so now you now we know Chris texted me. He's like he's lost his internet. He's on his phone. And so yeah, yeah. Well, I'm either way, I'm making a how-to video a little bit later today. And so we'll put that out on the main account
Hmm.
to upgrade so everybody knows how to do it. And we'll see about setting it. Yeah, there we go. Checking saucer swap. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, it's able to pull. Devs do something. It's able to pull everything else correctly except the bucket cap. Well, it also says salsa swap data showing zeros, which suggests the token isn't actively tracked there. Well, it definitely is. So, maybe we've got some discoverability issues. We'll fix it in prod.
It's it's so funny. It's like, first of all, I apologize. But second of all, I feel like the social aspect of teams always gets stuck with the devs doing like stuff at the last minute and is like, but hey man,
Well,
this is
let's take a look. Let's take a look at the conditional trading, possibly.
Chris, are you back, man? Are you here?
All right, all right. I believe I'm back. So it wouldn't be a launch day if we did not have some sort of technical difficulty. So
You know it's a launch day when stuff is breaking. I mean, when X spaces don't work, then it's
man,
like, I know it's an Emblem Vault launch day.
it's a launch day. It has to be every single time. So apologies for the technical delays, but yeah, we're back. We're only on live stream. So
Yeah,
really excited to get this out. I think that bringing HBAR and connecting the communities to Solana and all the other expansions that we're going to have going forward is just really a step in the right direction. So see you guys touring it. Let's dive back in.
All right. So what would be should we buy some of the Gib? Let me see what let's see if we can find the contract address, or what should I ask? Let me actually.
Yeah, just ask to buy Gib. I mean, it looks like it's already identified it. So yeah, I think the standard buying and selling are less interesting than the conditional buying and selling. I would say at this point, everyone in their AI terminal has standard buy and sell. And so while it's good to just let the audience know that, hey, this exists in Agent Hustle, I mean, as one would expect, it's like when you buy a car, you expect a radio or wheels or something. But the
Yep.
the really cool thing is the conditional statements, right? Because this is something that does not come out of the box with something like a Uniswap, a Saucer swap, and it's something that Agent Hustle does create for the user and allows the user to keep track of what their open orders are, right? At what type of price. And you can do it in Hustle with either, hey, I want to sell at 10% up or a stop loss at 10% down, or I believe you can give it an actual amount, price as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I got the devs pinging me. They're like, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. So we're getting a quote. All right. So type yes to confirm the trade. So this is something just so users, anybody watching right now can see. You can actually toggle on and off the confirmation. Oh, bro, I'm crushed. I've hit my max.
You need to get a pro account.
I've hit my also max account, bro. Oh my god, Adam is down horrendous, bro. Horrendous. Bro, this is what happens, man. Running by the seat of my pants. Let me see if they can shoot me the pro account. Here, 1 sec.
That's funny. But yeah, for the conditional engine, it's really exciting to be able to make these kind of more complex trades on chain across all different blockchains, whether it be Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, etc. And not just have to have, chain specific applications. And so to be able to hop from Hedera over to Solana or over to BNB with just the click of a button is pretty exciting. And the levels of complexity that you're able to do through the conditional engine, which was custom built only in Agent Hustle, is pretty exciting. So really, really stoked to get that out to you guys.
Yeah, and while Adam figures out why he's a poor and doesn't have
Everything is he can get upgraded
Chris and I will carry the conversation, Adam, while you figure out why you have fun staying poor over an Agent Hustle. So what is it? So if a user wanted to say sell Solana, sell Sol by Gib on Hedera, is that available today? What does that look like? And can you talk about just like what's actually happening behind the scenes there?
Yeah, of course. So it's basically just automation through different routers. It's not available today. It'll be available in the coming weeks. This was just kind of the initial rollout, and then we're going to be rolling out the full conditional engine and everything else, I believe, in the following 2 weeks. So it should be pretty good. It'll basically be automating your Solana sell through a cross-chain router, changing it over to HBAR, and then changing it to HBAR into whichever tokens that you kind of prefer on the chain. So it really just reduces all the complexities and reduces the errors that you can make from chain hopping. And then just the way that it's able to automate across chain while you're not even really on keyboard, we call it kind of away from keyboard trading, is really the unlock there. So whether you're setting limit orders and stop losses and kind of more complex advanced stop losses or limit orders between chains, you're able to just maybe go to sleep or go amongst your errands, and it'll be kind of executing on your behalf.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Maybe if I would have set some stop losses using Agent Hustle, I wouldn't be down 40% on some of my meme coins.
Bro, it's funny. I just talked to my nephew today, who's like 17 years old and thought he was going to get rich meme coin trading, and I sent him a handful of Sol, not an insignificant amount of Sol, and he just checked his wallet. Literally today, I talked to him on the phone right before I got on this call, and he's like, there's nothing left. And I was like,
welcome to crypto. Welcome to crypto.
Did you think you were buying Microsoft? What are you doing?
This isn't your grandfather's IBM.
That's how you're in crypto, right? Your entire wallet evaporated overnight. There you go. Welcome to the industry.
Yeah. I, we got to somehow get the narrative again that you can make a lot of money in crypto, because right
Right.
now it's all you do is lose money, you know.
Yeah, that was a good narrative. We
It
definitely
wa-
covered that one.
That did work
yeah,
I mean, it worked for over a decade,
yeah,
right? It's like,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what happened. Meme coin super cycle killed the idea that you can actually make money in crypto.
yeah. Well, you know, 1010 was a pretty tough day for us. Everybody saw that there were actually no natural bidders for any of these things. So that's uh-oh. I was reading how people are just jumping ship for AI. I mean, there's one thing great about crypto in general, and that it is the world's casino. And tools like Agent Hustle, if you want to play in the casino, the 24/7 digital asset casino, then tools like Agent Hustle are going to have your back and allow you to manage your portfolio. And sure, look, we've got a bit of discoverability issues today with Hedera tokens, but it's also day one, right, for Agent Hustle and Hedera. So this is another reason why I wanted to support you guys, because you're not a fly-by-night type of team and you've been in the space for a long time. And so I know I can depend on you guys to continue crushing out bugs and adding features and shipping things up.
I mean, that's what whenever I talk about, AI and AI agents and their relation with crypto, and, people are like, well, why isn't it like good yet? Right. And I'm like, bro, because this is incredibly difficult to build.
Yeah.
Right.
Bitcoin took 10 years to get good.
I mean, literally, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, do I think AI and crypto are like this incredibly perfect marriage? Like, yes, I could not imagine onboarding the rest of the world to crypto until I saw ChatGPT. Like, it never made sense how we were going to do this. But looking at the way Hustle is and the ability now, he's going to be multi-chain. He's literally multi-chain today,
Mhm.
and it's only going to get better. Like, I think this is the interface that people are going to use. And even you take away this, I think this is the interface people are going to use
Mhm.
to talk about crypto, buy crypto, interact with crypto. I'm convinced of it. And so you saw what I did there when I just hit this little refresh button, and there I have my Gib. He did buy it. So you can literally buy and sell more here. Like, if I click the S button, I can max sell my Gib right here manually. So this is when I talked about, like, for people seeing Hustle for the first time, you can manually do everything on the left-hand side in the same way that you might do on whatever GMGN or on a Photon or whatever kind of interface, like manual interface. But it can also be done here in the chat interface as well. And
Mhm.
so, like with Gib, you know, so he's here. I can see it now. You can see it's successfully did the swap. I can check the transaction itself. And yeah, there you go. And so if I want to sell it or create a conditional, I can do it here. Although I don't think that's live at this very moment. I think it's within the week we'll have conditional live on each bar.
Cool. And just for the audience, conditional meaning what?
So conditional, what that would mean would be like, hey, Hustle, take profit on Gib if it goes up 200% in the next 24 hours, right?
Right.
Or set a conditional, take profit at up 100% or a stop loss of negative 25%, right? So you can put in a multiple conditional step.
So it
I
can be
don't
multiple. It can be multi-conditional. It can be price movement and date.
up
It can be
up or down, and date time bound. Yeah. So
very
for the
cool.
next 24 hours, take either of these actions up or down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. And is it able to tell me like what I'm up or down in my position, like ROI wise?
No, that's surprisingly complex. Yeah, that we haven't fully even built out. Kind of even on Solana. That gets a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that
Yeah.
gets a little bit tricky. Yeah.
That's a lot of history node querying there to find when sold and the price sold.
Yep, we do have P&L cards. Everything is just kind of being built in motion.
Hmm.
So just position by position, querying the whole wallet. Lifetime up or down P&L is kind of a bit more complex, but definitely on the way.
Yeah.
I think that one of the most exciting partnership or parts of the partnership with HBAR is just the automation and just how you guys have a retail facing client base, but you also have corporate partners and different,
Mm.
a different level of a crypto user, a different kind of breed of a crypto user. And that's kind of like Agent Hustle too, right? Most people know us as maybe a front facing consumer level product, but they're not really thinking about automation or how much expansion can go through our SDK and really provide automation to maybe corporate partners or different protocols or anything kind of more on the back end and rather than front facing. I think that's pretty similar with HBAR as well.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I just wanted to point out for users who are maybe seeing Hustle for the first time, if you click on memory here, this is where you can kind of save, like people put like their daily prompt at the beginning, like give me updates on this, or you have a specific strategy that you like to search for, for certain meme coins. So I want meme coins that have at least 1,000 holders and have gone up 25% or more in the last, hour. You can create an actual like memory there. He actually, you see, he can kind of starts remembering things anyway. But when you get into like really specific memories, basically saved prompts and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you can come in and do that there. Just so you know, you guys saw I bumped up against the membership tier. You do get 10 every day for free. So you should be able to try out Hustle for absolutely no cost. But if you wanted to upgrade your membership, you can do that there as well.
And how do you upgrade the membership? And do you guys have a token? And is that token going to end up on Hedera at any point?
Well, I don't know if are we supposed to announce this yet? You're forcing the announcement. Yeah, the token for Agent Hustle is Hustle. He's on Solana. The token is on Solana, but I guess we're announcing that we will be. I guess we're announcing it. We will be bridging Hustle onto Hedera, creating an LP. And so, yes, Hustle will be able to be traded on Hedera as well. So,
Nice. That's what I'm
we are
talking
making that big
about.
announcement,
That's
man.
it. Let's go. This is announcement
I didn't
day.
know we were announcing that today.
I didn't either. I'm just a curious person. Look,
Going big.
I was a podcast host for years. I was a professional question asker. So, old habits die hard.
He cornered you there. But yeah, no, we're super excited to kind of get Hustle over there. Not only the interface, but the token and just kind of really grow the communities together. This is a good opportunity for both.
Dude, tell me something. Tell me what's exciting going on Hedera. Give us like somebody who isn't familiar with Hedera, but you're kind of like, oh, okay, I'm here. I know about it, right? Because everybody's kind of heard of the token and it's had an amazing kind of run. But what's actually like, what's the most exciting stuff happening on Hedera right now?
I mean, for a lot of people off chain, a lot of people were surprised this week that Hedera was one of the next round of ETFs to be announced. It's Solana, Hedera, and old school Litecoin.
Litecoin, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have a big bag of Litecoin that I don't know about?
No, I've got a big bag of Litecoin that got stuck on BTCE back in the day whenever it got taken over. So I do somewhere, but
somewhere.
I'm sure,
Maybe it's not
somewhere.
somewhere.
I didn't control the key, so you know what they say. No, I mean we've got a bunch of cool stuff happening on Hedera right now. Another project that has just hit mainnet. I don't want to say the name yet because they haven't even announced, but it's we don't have a native prediction market on Hedera, but what we're doing is we're funding teams and bringing up projects who are utilizing the liquidity and smart contracts for Polymarket over on Polygon and building that bridge and building user interfaces so that Hedera accounts can interface and spend their Hedera USDC, for example, to make bets on Polygon or predict the future on Polygon. The more I think about it, it seems a little bit late in the cycle to try to compete with the likes of Polygon. And so to get that function, in my opinion, the next best option is to just, this is Web3, it's permissionless, right? So let's leverage the infrastructure that someone else built, the hustle that someone else put around getting liquidity, and let's expose it using the magic internet monies and our magic payment rails to Hedera accounts. So we should have more to announce there. But yeah, we've got we've got tons of various like AI related projects. I'll just shout out the guys over at hgraph.io. They've been in our community for a long time with their mirror node services and their graph services, but they're building out a really cool data agent or analytics agent. And so just like you guys give people the option to like chat with my wallet and chat with discover coins, and they give people the option to pull analytics and data from our history nodes in a way that would be either impossible for a non-technical person, or you would need to use the block explorers, which are just still very difficult. I mean, this is similar. This is actually
Bro, how
very.
is it? How are they
This is
still so bad, dude? I just don't get it, man.
Yeah, this product is similar to what Mert just announced on Solana.
Right.
Right. Yeah, this is exactly. I've been ideating on this since probably. I mean, I was working with Google back in like March of last year on this type of product. It was a little bit too early then. But yeah, these guys are. Maybe I blew their cover here too, but these. No, they've got a public website. They've got a public website for it. So they've got a public website. But
Well, it's interesting you mentioned like Polymarket, because that is, now that we've got basically ETH, basically done as well. Polymarket was one of the things we're gonna integrate in.
I think it'd be perfect for you guys. You can make it so that anybody can use any USDC in any of their wallets, and then you just facilitate the back end, and it feels like that I'm just betting on Polymarket, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is an obvious thing for Agent Hustle to support, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, it's all pretty exciting. Although it's funny, and it's honestly amazing. I just see in crypto again and again, so much is timing, right? So much is timing.
Oh, you're telling me that the dude that was in the Augur ICO.
Were you really?
Right.
I heard they might try to bring it back. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I didn't.
They might try to. You never know. This might pay off, bro.
I dumped multiple biddies into Augur back in the day.
Oh,
yeah.
I think it did pretty well coming out of the ICO, didn't it? Didn't it do well for a while?
No, I mean it was okay. Like if you had good timing during 2017,
Yeah,
you could have sold it. But
sure.
everything else just.
But now, yeah, you're right. They're the talk of the town.
I mean, because it launched, and I can remember. I can't remember the guy's name. Joey. I remember seeing a tweet from Joey, the founder, and he was like, "Oh, look, Mom, just launched a $200 million asset." And like at the time, that was insane. Augur comes out at 200 million market cap.
well, it's like I think certainly the prediction markets, almost like meme coins. Every cycle there was kind of it happened, but it never like, I don't know, crossed the Rubicon of like fully. And this is, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think it's almost like the DraftKings-ification, where like they kind of paved the way where they could do something which is basically illegal, but did it and got so big so fast that they just ran ahead of regulation. And it feels like this is the time for that to actually like happen in the prediction space. Like,
absolutely. It's the prediction market's time has come, certainly. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've always thought that it was going to be big. Prediction markets were going to be bigly and a good fit for a permissionless digital 24/7 global network, right? It's just like, duh. And from a free market perspective, it's cool to see crypto incentivize the discovery of truth as well. I think that's super cool. And like, I don't care about, if Trump's got some insider guy that's placing bets, or who cares? It's helping.
he's telling you.
He's telling you. Yeah. He's like helping discover truth more quickly.
Yeah.
And like the faster we can get the truth, I think the better. So yeah, it's good for those Polymarket guys, man. Proud of those guys.
Oh,
what a killer app.
Incredible. Yeah, you got to give them, you got to tip your hat. I mean, the amount of money they were able to raise so quickly, buying that as exchange. I mean, it's just insane.
And product market fit. It's nice to see something in crypto finally get really great product market fit. I mean, we've been around for a minute, boys.
You
You
talk
know,
about it, right? I mean, it's like who did I have on my show? What's his name? The guy who did the stock market on Counterparty back in the day, who had overstock, whatever his
Patrick
name.
Byrne.
Yeah.
Patrick. I had Patrick on my show, and it was like, you know, so right, like 100% right,
Yeah.
but just literally a decade too early, right?
Yeah, I had
And
him on my
literally
show
was
back in.
vilified and almost went to
Oh
jail.
yeah. Oh, I know. I know. And like some Russian agents trying to take him down, or he's taking. It was crazy, man. Yeah, I had Patrick Byrne on my podcast back in 2016, right after they launched T0,
Epic,
and
yep.
the whole tokenization of this, taking
Yeah.
it down from T3 down to T0, and what a great name. And yeah, it's just a little bit too early, And he was already like a flamboyant billionaire. And I asked him, I was like, my co-host asked me, "What's the best thing about being a billionaire?" He said, "The private jets." I was like, that's probably true, actually. That's
Right. Just anywhere,
yeah,
anytime. How long
yeah.
have you been over at HBAR for?
I joined their product team back in Q4 2021. Yeah, so this was right. I think I joined pretty much the pico top of the last cycle.
So
Yeah.
most people quit their jobs, you got a new one. So that's good on you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, I mean, you talk so much about it is just timing. You guys over there have gone through all the ups and downs too. At this point, it's almost kind of like survive in advance. I feel like you guys are bigger than ever at this point. So
I mean,
Yeah.
like I was gonna say, when I've been on, I go on spaces all the time. Obviously, live on them, and I don't know what it was. Maybe maybe a week or a month ago, that there was some NFT or something popping on Hedera,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
And literally, people in the space are like, "What is Hedera?"
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and it's like, no, this is a top 20 coin. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about, right?
It's
But they
it's
literally have no idea. Like,
yeah.
literally,
And part of that is I think that's two reasons. Part of it is for a long time it was just enterprise focused.
yeah,
Right. I mean, if you recall back in the 2017, 18, 19 era, the whole enterprise narrative was really strong. I mean,
oh yeah,
before I joined Hedera, I was part of the EOS team, and I worked at Block One for a bit,
epic.
and there was an entire department, EOS for enterprise. And we back then, I don't know, I mean, you guys were around, but we really thought like it was just a matter of time before smart contracts and all this stuff are going to get adopted, and like it was about to take over Wall Street. And that was
the time
that
is
was
now, bro. It's like
yeah,
literally
yeah,
it's
it's
happening now, right?
literally like 8 years later,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I probably speak for all of us, but being early looks very similar to being wrong
Oh yeah,
unless you can survive in advance, right? It's like it's like college basketball. It's like March Madness. Survive in advance.
gotta
And
survive, bro.
Hedera's one of those cockroaches that refuses to die,
Yeah,
and we
100%.
continue to remain relevant and iterate. And yeah, here we are. We've moved up in the market cap rankings since
Hmm.
since I joined, and that's with a whole bunch of new tokens like hype and stuff being added, which have really zoomed up in
Sure.
market cap.
Right.
So yeah, it's been. I looked at my poor old EOS buddies the other day, looking where those guys were, and they've dropped out of the top 300.
oh
And
no,
whenever I
has it
when
Wow.
really?
I joined Hedera, they were pretty much neck and neck. So yeah, this you got to keep your head on a
Nice.
swivel these days.
How has that been internally over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't come without its difficulties, right? Because I mean, it wasn't really until Trump got elected and the whole like pro-American crypto thing before Hedera really like got in a bit more of the spotlight. Because Hedera was born and raised in Texas. Founders were military, ex-military now from living in Texas. And we did everything. I say we, I wasn't part of the great team that founded Hedera, but they did it the right way. They didn't sell out during the 2017 on the gold rush, and did their ICO the right way. And that is one of the big reasons why we have an ETF now, right? Because we're very low risk for the SEC to approve for an ETF, and we got approved. And again, it's like the tortoise doesn't always win, right? Because maybe there's a meteor that hits,
Yeah,
but we're slow and steady, and now we've got a very functional, compatible EVM. We've got native services that are much faster, require less gas, much higher throughput, and we're competitive now. It's I need to get 100 more great teams like the Agent Hustle team on Hedera and really showcase, what we got going on.
And you guys are cooking. Yeah. I mean, it seems like, I don't know if that was intentional. Like you mentioned that, it really was more enterprise. And then now we
It
can
was.
really focus on the retail. So
Yep.
it seems like the timing is perfect for it. And we're excited to see what other kind of partners you guys bring on. This is going to be epic.
Yeah, I think it diversifies our strategy quite a bit and our risk having now an enterprise focus as well as a retail focus. To have only a retail focus or to have only an enterprise focus, I think does carry quite a bit more risk than it has in the past. You wouldn't really want an enterprise focus back in 2017. It was all retail focused. That's where all the money was made,
Pretty chaos.
right?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
chaos.
that's right. That's right. It was chaos. It was a fun chaos, wasn't it? Oh, who can I randomly just send my ETH to and hope they send me their tokens back?
Yeah, drop a bomb immediately.
Bro, bring back the fun, man. When's the fun coming back? You know
Yeah,
what it is?
no, I hear you.
Part of it is like you said, like the speed at which we get to the truth. I think in a lot of ways, crypto is, even in the last, since 21, like has gotten exponentially smarter with figuring out what is just a rug, a scam, like all that sort of stuff. Of course, it all still happens, but just everybody's gotten exponentially smarter, where it's hard to like, and so smart that you can't even believe in something anymore. Like it can't even, we've lost almost all belief in anything, which I think is kind of, it's bad and it's good in a way. And I'd love to have your, because you're like the super OG, but I'd love to have your thoughts on it. Like where we don't believe it. Like I believe in stuff still. Like I believe in that. I believe in Agent Hustle. I believe that this is the way crypto's going. And I believe that this will be incredibly valuable to just people, right? But it's almost like, but we have to hold on until we can get it good enough where it becomes obvious, right? And so like I still believe in stuff, but how do we get back to this, like where we convince just people to believe in stuff again? Like what's your feeling on that?
I think if you've got to convince people to believe in it, then I'm not exactly sure how worth it is. It's
Yeah.
like either you are aligned with the original ideas that brought a lot of us, myself included, into crypto, where back in the day, it was we're going to replace the dollar. We thought that Tether was the dumbest idea we'd ever heard.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Why in the world would we waste our time? A stable coin, Bitcoin stable coin, one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. What are you talking about? It's as stable as anything.
Yeah.
And that we were a very passionate, I'm talking about like my Ron Paul guys, right? My Mises Institute guys. I was working for Peter Schiff and trying to do the same thing, but with gold and silver
For Bitcoin.
before yeah, exactly, right. Creating liquidity, creating payment rails down in Euro Pacific Bank in the Caribbean. Trying to give people opportunity to opt out of the fiat system because we built bank accounts and we built debit cards backed by physical gold, and you could stay in physical metals, and then at the time of purchase, then we convert it for you. But like this is still a very minority view. Crypto doesn't, especially with all these ETFs and stuff, it's like the soul of crypto has left.
There's like
Almost sold out.
5
Sold out.
dudes.
All right.
Still hold
It's
it,
like
bro. Yeah, it's
you
like
you you don't
literally.
you don't have the Eric Voorheeses and the Roger Veers and the Andreas Antonopoulos
Yep.
anymore. It's not a movement anymore. And I always knew that this was going to happen because if something if Bitcoin was going to get to be the level of success that we all wanted it to be, then it wasn't going to be linear to the number of people who would subscribe to that freedom ideology. And so it had to get normalized, and it had to get financialized, and it had to get Wall Streetized. But the people who this matters for will always have the opportunity to own your keys and own your coins, right? That option will always be there with Bitcoin. And the people who deserve it will know about it, right? And yeah.
Yeah,
I know I know I'm waxing philosophically a little bit here, but hey, the old roots die hard, you know.
it's funny, like, and I don't know if I've definitely told Chris this, but like the at Bitcoin Vegas this last, were you at Bitcoin
Mm,
Vegas when,
mm,
okay, so um Saylor was giving his like final talk, and then the last speaker was Ross, right?
mhm.
And I mean, it was packed. You couldn't even get in. Giant thing. You couldn't even, it was like literally overflowing. You couldn't even get in. And I was outside because I always had meetings and stuff. And I'm there with this OG or whatever. And he's like, watch, when Sailor goes off, everybody's leaving. And I was like, no way, dude. They're
No
not.
way, dude. We're talking
No
about
way.
Ross here.
Literally, I said that. I was like, they're not leaving. He's like, bet. I'm like, bet. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bro, it was a fucking stampede out of there, dude. Once Sailor was gone, nobody. I mean, you know,
Oh my God, really?
I'm serious. 80% of the people left after.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
how much, like, that change into like it's all just Wall Street. You
Yeah.
know, I'm buying this in my ETF. That is what's happened. Like, and
Yeah.
that was the stunning part for me. We're at literally a Bitcoin conference, and
Yeah.
people are literally just there, like, no, how do I buy it in my
Yeah.
Yeah,
Schwab
my
401k?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is interesting. It's refreshing to hear, you talk about maybe the Austrian school or, Mises Institute or, Rothbard. You don't really
Yeah.
hear that conversation anymore, which is kind of crazy because that was our ideals.
That was
And
all it was. That was all it was.
we figured once we got big enough, that would become like the mainstream ideal. But instead, it
Yeah.
seems like maybe that line of talk is quieter than ever, which is pretty insane
Yeah.
because obviously people like that's so
It is.
foundational for this industry.
And I don't know if it's quieter than ever or if that there's just like there may be the same number of voices. I tend to think there's probably less now, but there's also so many more voices. There's so much noise
Totally.
in the space now. It's no longer sovereign money, right? It's am I going to be able to 20x leverage this thing and retire next year? And
CF money, retirement money. Yeah.
yes, and look, I would never shade anyone for trying to make their bag and free themselves financially and take care of their family or do whatever they look. I mean, life's tough, right? Um, but at least we have a big, healthy proof of work ecosystem where you can custody your own assets and whatever you want to do with that. It's like whenever I would travel, whenever I was traveling, I'm married and I have a kid now, so life changes. But whenever I was traveling a lot more and I was working for the bank, this is 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I would carry, just like any good Austrian, I carried some silver rounds with me everywhere I went, everywhere, because you never know. You could be walking down the street one day and the dollar would collapse. You never know. But
That's hardcore.
Bro, that's how you know you're the OG, where you're walking around with coins.
yeah, I was walking around with some American Eagles, and I would go through the airport, and I determined that the metal detectors are actually precious metals detectors. That's their real purpose back in the day. And now with 12 words in your head, you can unlock your Bitcoin anywhere.
Yeah.
Precious metals detectors. Yeah. Carrying around some Canadian maple leafs.
It's hilarious.
I hope the audience cares about this. We completely switched into OG
Hey, it's
talk.
all right going a little off topic, man. It's all right. But we're actually at the hour now. I think we should wrap it up. Appreciate you coming on, man,
Yes,
and
yeah, guys.
exciting. Obviously for us, we're super excited to have Hustle on Hedera. Just so everybody know who's watching, we're gonna put out a bunch of content over the next couple days. How to's, all that sort of stuff. The conditional engine will be live shortly, and yeah, just super excited. So next time I'm in a space and somebody's like, "What's Hedera?" It's like, go use it today, man.
Yeah.
And
Don't forget to turn on your tools in the settings.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll clean all that up, make sure it's going good. I think the foundational stories are really important, understanding how we got here and what's next. Agent Hustle, it is non-custodial, so no one has access to your assets. Really in line with the ideals of the founding of this industry. And it's good to always work with partners that have the same kind of mindset and the same kind of foundation that we do. So super excited about this partnership.
Yeah, me too, guys. It's just day one. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being in the space for so long and continuing to build, right? right? You guys, I'm sure, are worth at least $1 billion a piece. You could have retired a long time ago, but you're here building, and I appreciate that.
That's all we can do.
Thanks, man.
All right,
This
man.
was great.
Take care.
Talk soon. Take care.